Today we're going to look at some sound theories that can improve your audio, especially in podcasting or interview scenarios. Hey sound guys and girls, I'm Jimmy Hepworth, your Saturday sound guy, and we have a little bit different setup today, and that's because we are talking about interviews and podcasts. Podcasting is a great form of entertainment and a great source of knowledge and information. But just like film, it can be really hard to stick with a podcast if it has bad audio. Now, rather than going out and purchasing a new microphone or recorder, I'm going to give you some tips on how to improve your audio without costing you a dime, because free is my favorite number. First up, the proximity effect. The proximity effect is that natural phenomenon that happens with many microphones, especially with human speech. Simply put, the closer you get to the microphone, the more bass response the mic is going to pick up from your voice. So as you see, as I move closer to this microphone, my voice is getting a lower resonant tone. Now this could be very useful if you want that low radio host bass sound, or it could be something that you hate and want to throw out altogether. But now that you know that the proximity effect exists, you can tailor it to your specific application. Another thing to keep in mind is that the proximity effect can vary widely depending on your microphone. Sound theory number 2 is phase interference. Now sound is often visualized like this. Sound travels through a medium like air, and the point of positive or negative pressure on the wave is known as the phase of the wave. What is interesting is when negative and positive phase meet, you get what is known as phase cancellation. The two waves add together, the negative adds with the positive, and we get silence. Now we don't often notice this, but it can be a real problem when recording 2 or more microphones. See, one mic can receive the wave at the positive phase of the wave, while the other picks up on the negative. A good way to avoid this is to adhere to the 3-to-1 rule. When setting up a microphone for a podcast or an interview or the like, a microphone should be at least 3 times further away from another mic as it is to its subject. So if I'm 1 foot away from my microphone, another person's mic should be at least 3 feet away from my microphone. This helps reduce phase cancellation by reducing the volume of the unwanted source. Another way to prevent phase problems is to mix so that only one microphone is on at a time. Now, an easy way to do this is to strip silence. And most digital audio workstations, or DAWs, have this feature built in. But as usual, I'm going to demonstrate inside of Pro Tools. To enable strip silence, we're going to click on the clip that we want to strip the silence out of, move up to the edit window, and then down to strip silence, or use the keyboard shortcut. And you'll notice a dialog box will pop up, as well as these white boxes that have surrounded themselves around the louder portions of our audio. Now what strip silence is doing is it's setting up a threshold of what to consider silence. Or in other words, anything less than negative 63 dB is silence and we can get rid of it. But you'll notice that some of this audio right here that we want to get rid of has broken through that threshold, so I'm going to increase it to get rid of it. Our next problem comes at the beginning and end of each of these clips. To address this attack here, we're going to increase the clip start pad and the decay, the clip end pad. Now you'll notice that there is this small portion of silence right here, and that is because of the minimum strip duration. What this is saying is that it will only strip silence that is at least 568 milliseconds long, or around half a second. So if we decrease this, we'll see we'll be able to get rid of some of that silence in between. Now we have 3 options. We can extract the audio, which is going to take out all of the loud portions and leave the silence, which is exactly the opposite of what we want. We can separate the audio, which will separate these silences from the louder portions so that I can go in and manually delete them, but that's not quite what I want. Or we can strip the audio, which will get rid of all of the silence. Now, once we have all the audio stripped, we want to make sure we have a fade in and a fade out. So we're going to select all of our clips, use the keyboard shortcut Command F on Mac or Control F on Windows, and change the length to around 20 milliseconds for our fade in and fade out, and press OK. That's it for this week. If you like this episode, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I'm Jimmy Hepworth, your Saturday Sound Guy. Thanks for watching. If you have a sound effect you'd like me to try, go ahead and leave me a note in the comments section down below.